What is today known as the Aztec Empire was actually an alliance between three groups of Nahuatl-speaking people. This was called the Triple Alliance, and in 1519 it was made up of three groups of people centered in three capital cities. These were the island city of Tenochtitlan, led by the famous Moctezuma, and the cities of Tlacopan and Texcoco. Together, these three city-states shared the burden and bounty of their efforts. While researching for the podcast, I came across a lack of information on the rulers of Tlacopan. So I looked into it, and what I've found so far is murky. I'm sure if I had the time and access to go through the many codices, I could find more, but in my sources, here's what I came up with. And forgive my terrible Nahuatl pronunciation. Tlacopan was the largest city of the Tepanec people. Of the three partners in the Triple Alliance, Tlacopan was the least influential, earning only 1/5 of the bounty, while the Mexica people from Tenochtitlan got the most. The first ruler of Tlacopan was a man named Aculnahuacat. I only found one citation in Diego Duran, which describes his efforts in driving the Mexica tribe out of Tepanec lands. Apparently, the historian Chimalpahin lists his lineage and some other details about his life, which I couldn't find. From 1430 to 1469, we have Totoquihuatzli. Totoquihuatzli I ruled from 1430 to 1469. If he is the second ruler of Tlacopan, it would make his reign about 40 years. Duran talks about him a lot and describes his presence at a planning meeting for the final version of the Templo Mayor. The seventh phase of the Templo Mayor was built in 1454. Next was Chimalpopoca of Tlacopan, not to be confused with the Mexica Tlatoani of the same name. He apparently ruled from 1469 to 1489. Next was Totoquihuatzin II, who ruled from 1489 to 1519. Most of the sources just name a Totoquihuatzli, so it's important to keep track. This would have been the ruler of Tlacopan when the Spanish arrived. There are a lot of conflicting dates and ambiguous use of names in the Tlacopan lineage, but he seems to have died in 1519 after Cortez arrived. Next, we have Tetlepanquetzal. He ruled from 1519 until 1525. There seems to be the most certainty around Tetlepanquetzal. That's because of his murder alongside the two other rulers of the Triple Alliance at the hands of Hernan Cortez. He was captured while fleeing Tenochtitlan along with Tlatoani Cuauhtemoc. They were tortured about the missing gold lost during the wars in Tenochtitlan. Tetlepanquetzal ruled Tlacopan from captivity and eventually was taken on an expedition with Cortez to Honduras. Cortez became paranoid of the rulers he had in tow and decided to have them killed. All three acting rulers of the Triple Alliance were hanged in 1525. There were apparently a series of colonial rulers, some of whom were of indigenous descent, including Don Antonio Cortez Totoquihuatzli, who argued for indigenous rights in a 1552 letter to Charles V. All right, well, thanks for watching. I think that's a pretty good take, and let me know if you have other information. Thank you.